Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming a little special documentary of the 2024 NMAA Powerlifting State Championships. So that's going to be all the high school kids. And I've got about, I think I've got 4 people competing today, and I had 1 girl competing yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring my equipment in yesterday, but I managed to get in today. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the ride. For my first client spotlight here, we have Ethan. Ethan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ethan Montoya. I'm 16 years old, 165 weight class, 163.6. I expect to hit 500 pounds on squat, 255 on bench, and 510 on deadlift or more.
There you go, guys. So, Ethan, I've known you since you were a freshman. You probably had one of the biggest come-ups I've ever seen. What do you think has contributed so much to your success at such a young age?
Constantly training over the summer and not stopping, and mostly dedication. All these other kids haven't trained over the summer or trained as consistently as me, and so I think that puts me ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, completely agree. As far as plans for the future, what are you looking forward to since you're pretty much looking at taking first in the state this year?
Eventually go to nationals, and then I want to compete in Sheffield, so I can make that money.
There you go, guys. He's got money on his mind. All right, next up, it's going to be Gianni Black. All right, for my second state spotlight, we've got Gianni here. Gianni, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Gianni Black. I'm 17. My best lift's probably the 500-pound deadlift in the 181 weight class, but right now I'm representing the 148. Gonna still get 515 on my deadlift, so hopefully it goes good.
There we go. So you've always been kind of a deadlift specialist, and I wanted to ask you, what do you think has contributed most to that?
It's got to be the snatch grip deadlift.
Okay.
You kept me on that. It's kept everything good, and honestly, I've just been doing it for summers and just blowing my deadlift up.
Okay, awesome. I like that. So you said that previously your best lift was in the 181s. What coming down to 148? What do you think's been the biggest difference?
The energy level. I have no energy. It's hard. I have to get on a better diet and just eat more, and watch my weight at the same time. So I just have to find better food overall.
Keep it locked in, Ethan! Ethan, how do we feel? How do we feel?
500.
You what?
I wanted 500.
What we got?
Yeah.
45?
Welcome back to Mr. Gianni Black. Gianni, how did squat go?
Squat didn't go too good. I got my opener, that's 335, but I went for 355, hoping to get 365 at the end of the day. I failed the 335 or 355 and tried it again and failed it again. But now we're moving on the bench. I'm going to pick it up a deadlift though. 515 still.
Well, the good thing is for Gianni is that his deadlift carries, so I believe you're still the state record holder for 148 or 165 from your
181 from last year.
181 from last year. So safe to say he's probably going to be all right on the total. I'm back with Mr. Ethan Montoya, currently first after the squat in the 165 weight class. So Ethan, go ahead and tell us what went right and what went wrong.
So my opener went perfect. It was fast, it was everything. On my second attempt, I put my belt way too tight and I hyped myself a little bit too much, and that caused me to fall forward, and my 45 attempts went to shit.
Yeah, but it looks like you've got a pretty good lead going into the bench press, where I think your lead over your next 2 competitors is going to get even bigger. So is there anything else you're looking forward to in this meet for either bench or deadlift?
I want to hit at least a 510 to 515 deadlifts. I'm just giving it my all. For bench, I do want to try to push 260, but it depends on how much I gave on squat.
All right, thanks, Ethan.
right, guys, so here we are, post-state. I've got 2 of my 3 lifters that competed over the last 2 days, Ethan and Gianni. As you can see, they both got medals around their neck. So, I mean, I'll let you guys tell your stories, so go ahead, Ethan. What happened after squat?
So after squat, my bench went insanely good. I jumped up I went to 235 as an opener, to 240, then to 250. And it was a perfect weight for me. I grinded it out, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
On deadlifts, I don't know. I guess I just gassed myself out, and I hit my opener, and that's all I needed to do.
He's being humble, but he beat the person in second place by 75 pounds, and that was another Sandia lifter. The next closest school was 80 pounds away, and that was after 1 deadlift. He went for 500 on his second, and it just wasn't really there, but it didn't need to be. All right, go ahead, Johnny.
So after my squat, I did bench, opened with 215, got it light, 225, had some doubts in my head. Got that, went into 235 with some more doubts, didn't get 235. Then I went to deadlift. I went from 7th to 3rd with my opener with 470. Then I jumped to 490, didn't get it because they called me for hinching and ramping.
Some questionable judging, in my opinion.
Very questionable. And then so I say, screw it, the guy that I needed to beat bumped up. He still didn't hit it, so I bumped up either way to 495, smoked 495, got 3rd place, and I got the record for deadlift in my 148 weight class.
So we've got number 1 in 165 and number 3 in 148. I think both these guys are ready to eat because they had some pretty hard weight cuts.
We both got records, too. I hit the squat record for my weight class and the total.
And the total. All right. Looking forward. What are you guys going to be doing for next year? You guys are both juniors in high school. Ridiculous. So, Ethan, go ahead.
I'm bulking the 190, and I'm coming for you, Kevin Como. I swear.
If you know who that is, if you don't know who that is, look up Open Powerlifting. You'll get a nice little shot in the ego. It's very strong for a 16-year-old. All right, go ahead, Gianni.
Sheesh, I'll probably just be going for this man in 165's weight class, take all of his titles and records from him so we don't have him. You know, just do a little something light next year, get first.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Congrats on your wins. Email me at jsstrength@outlook.com for coaching. I've been coaching these guys for 2 years, and they've made tremendous progress. They're probably the strongest guy you'll find at any commercial gym, and they're both well under 165 pounds. All right, signing out.
Hey guys, just wanted to give a little wrap up now that we're about a week out from the rest of this video. I've got it all wrapped up. I just wanted to give a little bit of hindsight on the whole meet. Before I mention anything with Ethan or Gianni, who are the stars of the show right now, I want to give a very special shout out to my 3rd lifter who competed that weekend, Teresa. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring in any of my recording equipment for the day before, and it felt kind of weird just throwing her lifts up there. But she did take 5th in the state, which got Sandia High School points. I don't remember what total she had on hand, so I'll edit it in. Teresa's impact goes way, way, way further than just the weights she lifts. She's kind of like the older sister / mom figure for everyone else on the team, including Gianni and Ethan. And considering that she's graduating this year, that program really isn't going to be the same without that kind of leadership. So big respect to Teresa, and I wish her the best going forward. She's done a great job, and I can't thank her enough. So now we'll talk about Ethan and Gianni. So let's start with Gianni. So Gianni, when I met him, was, I believe, in 148. And this year, I had him slated to get to 181 and compete with the bigger boys. Unfortunately, this past summer, he got into a car wreck. He lost a lot of body weight, healing from that. And he just decided to kind of stay down and back down in 148. And he held on to a good amount of his strength. But the version that we saw today is way, way, way suppressed from the numbers that he normally hits. Perfect day, I had him slated for about a 1090 total. He ended up with 1055. But I actually think that he may move up 2 whole weight classes up to 181. And I'm expecting he'll probably total somewhere in the 1200s there. Or if he decides to just stick at 165, he'll still probably get damn close to where Ethan got this year. The star of the show, Mr. Ethan Montoya. This kid is just a complete workaholic. I've never had to hold someone back more than him. He doesn't really have an off button, and it really, really shows. When I met him, he was probably one of the weaker freshmen in that weight room. I think his first deadlift max after 2 months of training was probably 205,
maybe 225. I don't really remember. Regardless, he just took to it, and he just slowly worked his way up. I think he came last at state his freshman year, and then he came third last year, and now he's first in his weight class this year. And now he's talking about going to nationals. And to be honest with you, short of something tragic happening, he's really on pace to probably be the GOAT of high school powerlifting in the state of New Mexico. On a perfect day, I had him slated for about a 1250 total. He came up with 1220. The problem with this last meet prep is he really, really wanted a 500 squat. He got damn close. I just wanted to think about the total first. We pretty much knew that it was going to be wrapped up after bench, so I kind of gave him the go-ahead to just do whatever he wanted on deadlift, and I think he kind of took that into his training. The ego of being in first, combined with how heavy the squat loads had gotten, he kind of just started to skip out on his accessories, and the training became a little bit unpredictable on deadlift. As you guys saw earlier in this video, he failed 455 in the warm-up room with an opener of 485. But I know him, and all my guys that I coach seem to have this clutch gene where they just, they can just pull it out in big moments. That's what he did. And I think really he was probably mentally out of it for the 500 lift. He definitely had that if he really wanted, but there was no reason for him to. And frankly, for his third, he just walked up, tugged on the bar, and walked away. And that's what he should have done for his second too, I think. Couldn't be more happy. Email me if you're interested in coaching. I routinely put, hundreds of pounds on people's totals in months. It's just something that I like to do for fun. I'm probably going to be cheaper than anyone else who coaches beginners and intermediates in the game. And frankly, I don't think I do that much worse of a job. So I appreciate you guys. Stick around for part 2 of my diet series. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe. Love you very much.